I would like to just introduce myself.
Okay, please.
I am Naomi Goldberg, and Director of Dances for Variable Population. I'm happy to be here today. Thank you for
Happy to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
I'm going to present something.
Carry on.
Do you need to share the screen?
Yeah,
Share the screen. Okay.
I sent you yes, I said yes, please. Yes, please. Etha, yeah, yes, please.
Okay, Walter, so you're calling the meeting to attention?
Yes, I am. At 11:08 a.m. Okay, so we have Gail. We have Bailey.
You're amending the agenda. I know you're adding in Naomi Goldberg.
Yes, I am. And also I'm taking off the senator as she is in Albany. So we will amend it. I can't amend the agenda officially.
Well,
either.
you can call it to attention and
Okay.
introduce Naomi Goldberg.
Okay. I call the agenda to attention.
Lydia Gerson is here.
Oh, she is. Oh, good
Yes.
morning, Lydia.
Sorry, I lost the link anyway. Okay, I got it.
That's okay. Good morning. Good morning. So now we can officially call the meeting to order. I take a motion to adopt the agenda. With the amendments, we have to have two amendments. Ms. Goldberg from Dances are Variable. What's the last? Okay, and Senator Cordell Clear is up in Albany getting the budget together. So she will not be able to join us to this month. I'm hoping she comes next month for our senior fair. And did I get a motion to adopt the minutes?
Motion to approve.
I mean, the agenda, I'm sorry. Second,
Agenda.
Second the motion, I second the motion.
agenda adopted. Motion to accept the minutes. With Mr. Orman, we will add you into the next month's minutes as an updated agendas, okay?
Motion approved.
I need a motion. Another motion.
I said, I motion.
Okay. One for the agenda, one for the minutes.
1 minute.
All right. Both adopted? Okay, let's move along. Good morning, Ms. Haas.
Hello, good
Thank
morning.
you for joining us. I think it was an oversight that I didn't get you originally, but thank you for being here.
Well, it's this room now, now. So should I talk now?
Yes, you may.
So I wanted to introduce our dance company. We give programs for a strong and creative movement for older adults, for senior adults all over West Harlem and Central Harlem. So I was going to share some of classes. We give weekly classes at Grand Hume 3 times a week. We give classes right outside on the plaza. And we also give classes at Manhattanville Community Center, PSS Manhattanville. And we also give classes. I used to have Jackie Robinson and Monica's Gardens. I have still speech difficulty. I'm sorry. No, can I share screen?
Yes, you can.
Please.
I'll send you in chat. I'll send everybody chat. I can't do it.
You can. I enabled you to. I shared the screen.
Sorry for me. So we have this Grand Hume classes. It's right here. You can see it's 3 times a week. We give classes and outside on the plaza. It's really fun to join. It's really fun to do dance together outside. It's really just telling you it's very fun. And we also, can you see? I'll send you a PDF list. We have other classes. Here's more classes. have to get back to. Do we have more classes? This is a class we have in Manhattanville. So it's a really wonderful class too, as well as inside in the gymnasium with a lot of space. And we also have classes with Richard Ullman. He's here online. He's online. We have classes at Philip Randolph. It's not CB9, but it's connected. Richard's here today. And we have classes at the Central Oregon Senior Center, which is not, it's a district, but it's still connected. Anyway. Guys, we're going to be part of the Senior Issues Fair on May 2nd. So you'll have a chance to experience our work. We also lead these classes lead to performances, large site performances. We have performances this year on June 17th at Grand Zoom from 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. And a lot of older adults participate in the programs. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, this is like a low impact exercise, right?
Totally. It's very appropriate for people. If you have a wheelchair, you can participate. If you have a walker, you can participate. It's doing what you do. It's doing more than what you did before. The idea is to move more than you've moved before. The idea is to encourage people to move and to connect with each other, to encourage social connection, which is so important in these times of isolation. Is also to learn dance skills.
Great.
And
I'll
as Naomi stated, she'll be joining us at the Seniors Resource Fair.
I'm really excited.
Yes, we are as well. She will be doing some of the exercises with the seniors at the event.
You'll see how it's appropriate for all people to participate. They participate at their own level. The teachers assume they can do what they can do is okay. Whichever you can do is more than what you did before is our philosophy.
That's great. That's great.
So we're gonna,
You have a flyer for this?
yes, we're gonna
Can
send
we
you,
add it?
I'll send you PDF.
Yes, please, so we can add it to the minutes. Any
Right.
more questions, any comments?
How often do they meet at Grants too?
3 times a week. Three times a week. It's Wednesdays,
What-
Friday, and
What
Sunday.
days?
Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, 11 o'clock. Here it is,
Hours, please?
11 o'clock
11 to what?
to 12:15. It's on the
Thank
flyer.
you.
So that would be in the same area where the Jazzmobile is held?
Yes, exactly. It's a big plaza. It's perfect to be outside. It's so wonderful in
No
springtime.
space.
We
Yes.
had classes during the winter. People came. It wasn't the coldest winter, but we are in classes. We've been running classes all year. We've been running classes since COVID started for 3 years.
This is so great to get seniors moving.
It's important to feel like you all it's a visibility to be for the older people to visible for their visibility.
Okay. Do I have any more questions? Any comments?
I want to make a comment if I may.
Yes, you may. Who's speaking? Yes, Jarrell?
Yes,
Go ahead.
I want to speak on the experience for our older adults at our center. We have Movement Speaks hip hop dance, and it's absolutely amazing. They love it. It went from having 10 seniors on the first class to now 35 in the second class.
That's
And
great.
it grows every week.
It was so
Minor Majors is absolutely great. This is a great organization, Dances for a Variable Population.
thank you so much.
We offer the class at 1:30 on Wednesdays afternoon. And also another highlight, our council member, Crystal Hudson, who's the chair of the Aging Committee, she actually participated in the class when she was here for a visit. So it's great. Thank you for offering that to our center.
Thank you for giving a shout out to us. We work really hard to make sure the classes are really helpful for people, which they are. In all of classes, whether it's outdoors or the indoors, they're very healthy for people to participate when possible. It's called Movement Speaks, our program.
Yeah, you were before COVID, DC. you gave a class at the forum. Gail and I were there for that one, and we came down and did some stretching. So we got a little sweaty. So it was
Nice,
good.
nice to have you.
Yeah,
Nice
we
to
got a
hear
little
that.
sweaty. So we moved a little bit and stretched a little bit, and it's a wonderful thing. It's anything good that gets folks moving.
Nice that you were there. Thank you. for
Even if you're
coming.
in a wheelchair or have crutches or a walker, even if you can just move your arms out a little bit and stretch your leg. That's a
It's
good
more
thing.
than what you've done before, simply more than what you've done before. We encourage people to move more than they have before.
This is great, and especially that you're doing it. This is year round, as you said, right?
Yeah, see you around.
Yes, please
Year-round.
include the information because this is going to be vital. As we'll be eventually transitioning to all in person. It might be nice to have a 10-minute session or so, if possible, at our meetings.
Yes, but my vision was to have the movement speaks at every senior center.
Oh, I see.
That's my vision, a long-term vision.
Okay.
We're slowly working our way through
Okay.
different districts.
Very good. Does anyone have any more comments or questions?
My name's Lorraine Wilborn. I've attended it sometimes. It's a wonderful program.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
Okay.
Walter, may I also
Yeah,
add?
go ahead, please.
It's that praise and more. It's just been fantastic working with Dances for a Variable Population. The classes that they present at the senior center, their public programs, and just working with them generally. If there were 100 places to recommend, I'd look for 110.
Thank you.
And just before finishing, Ms. Goldberg acknowledged me being from A. Philip Randolph Center. Our program coordinator, Jarell Peaker, is also on this call.
Great. I'm really impressed with the class that is running with Mina. I'm impressed with the attendance.
Yes.
The enthusiasm is very clear. We're also doing rehearsals at the center for performances of the performances on June 17th that I spoke about.
Okay.
Have you branched out to the other senior centers in CB9?
Yes.
And that's a regular basis, or that's when
It's regular basis.
Okay.
Village, Jackie Robinson, Grand Houses, and Morningside Gardens, we run programs.
Okay.
I'll send you the information.
Thank you. Thank you much.
Thank you.
for coming. Thank you for presenting.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. I'm going to move along.
Okay.
All right.
I'll send a PDF.
Please do. Thank you.
Okay.
Is someone here from the Dream Center? Okay, what's her name? Morgan Cuffey. Is it Mr. or Miss? Because that's a name could be for either one. Okay, and then since Senator Cordell Clear is getting us more money for our hospitals in New York City and our Medicare, Medicaid programs, I'm gonna just ask some of my regulars to chime in because I'm sure people have things they'd like to offer. I'm going to start with my esteemed Miss Verna Arthur. Anything you'd like, Miss Arthur, you'd like to say?
Ouch. What a lift.
Esteemed.
Thank you. Good
Esteemed.
morning. Good morning, everyone. I just have one quick announcement to let folks know that NYC Aging, I don't think I made this announcement before, to let you know that NYC Aging and the Department of Education, also known as NYC Public Schools have launched an anti-ageism education pilot program for students designed to help them recognize ageism and prevent age-based discrimination. It's entitled Intergenerational Connections to Fight Ageism. The pilot will be implemented at 13 high schools in South Brooklyn this spring semester and will include a resource guide to help teachers develop classroom lessons, activities, and discussions about the effects ageism has on older adults. So I guess once that pilot I'm sure it will be successful. I'm sure then by then we'll have that expanded to the other boroughs. Thank you.
Sounds great. Do you have any literature, any
Well,
brochures?
actually, I was about to say, I'm gonna kind of source the link for the press release, so I can forward it to you, can see what the more details on the press release.
Okay,
All right, bye-bye.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And before I go to the next one, who, the call 917, last 3 digits 197, can I ask who that is? The phone number 917, last 3 digits 9197.
Hello, hello, it's Alicia Boxer. I have Miss Cora Gilmore on as the Zoom, as you can see. So she
Okay,
had a problem getting on. So Miss
Oh, very
Cora
good.
Gilmore is also, okay?
yes, very
So
good.
Miss Cora, say hi.
All right,
That's great. Thank you, Alicia.
thank you very much.
Hi, Miss Gilmore.
Okay. How are you? You know what? I wish y'all pick this thing up straight so I can get it straight.
Listen.
Because the number I had for last week, she said the meeting hadn't started. So
Oh, yeah.
Alicia called me in now, so I'm able to get in now. That's the only way I can get in. Y'all got to
Like
set up
I
a
did.
better system than this for us old folks.
Okay, Miss Gilmore, so they're gonna continue the meeting and we'll say something at the end if you want to,
Well,
okay?
I can hold on, can I?
Yes, you can hold on.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Bailey.
It's not funny.
Oh,
You know, I'm past 21 and some.
yes,
We're just happy, Miss Gilmore, we're just happy to hear you.
yes, we are. Yeah. Thank you
I'm
again,
glad.
Alicia.
And
But,
next
you know,
month
I've
we'll
got-
be,
you know,
and next month we'll be happy to see you.
Yes,
Okay, you gonna send somebody for me? Your old lady's 97 years old. You know, I can't walk that much.
Yes, we will.
okay, good to know. Good to
All
know.
right.
Okay, thank you. Thank you again, Alicia.
Okay.
Mr. Bailey, you have anything to offer?
Yes, good morning, everyone. Bailey, Manager of Membership and Organizing in We Act. Akil and Madison, welcome. Just want to alert everybody, we're having our monthly membership meeting this Saturday, which is April 8th at 10 a.m. I want to thank Laquita from the Health and Environment. We presented on our Beauty Inside Out campaign, and we're going to have another presentation which goes into more detail at the membership meeting on Beauty Inside Out. And the second part of that membership meeting, we'll be talking about our worker training program, which we've had for about now 9 years. And now we want to take it a step further to get people the jobs. Years ago, we were getting people the certification, but we couldn't connect them to jobs. That is the next iteration of Charles Calloway, my colleague's worker training program. So that should be some interesting information we want to be able to pass on, especially to our young people out there who, you know, have these certifications, but they don't have the jobs to tie them into the construction field. So if anybody's interested, I can put a link in the chat. You can contact me if anybody's interested, and all these programs that we offer are free. So we have solar panel installation, the OSHA 30, flagger and scaffolding. We have them all, and we're doing this all for free to make sure that our community is connected to these jobs as we transition to a more cleaner environment. So I'll put the link in the chat for the membership meeting, and then I'll put my information as well if you want to contact. If you know anybody, there's no criteria other than being 18 and having a social security card. We don't care if you've been away, and everybody knows what away means. If you've been away for a while and now you're returning, we have a program for you. We want to welcome you back into the community and help you get back onto the path of sustainability. Thank you so much, Walter. Youth are glad you are back and well.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
You say membership, what does that entail? Is that a monetary thing, or just showing up? Is it a requirement that you come to X amount of meetings a year or something? Could you be a little bit more descriptive on that?
So when I took over membership, it was $25 for 1 calendar year. So today's April 4th. It would last until April 4th, 2024. But we do have people who just don't have it. So I tell them, if you come to a meeting, you're a member. If you give me $10, you're a member. We have seniors, we have people who are financially strapped. We just still into this pandemic right now. People have trouble paying not only their rent, but also their utilities. And I'm not gonna strap people with $25 that could go to getting a meal on their table. So there's no criteria in terms of, oh, you have to attend 10 meetings, you have to do this. When you come to our membership meeting, you're welcome with open arms. And that's anybody, not just in the CB9 area, that's throughout the city.
Oh, thank you. That's good information.
I have a
Any
question, Walter.
employment for seniors?
We welcome seniors, but we just don't have it. We just don't have.
I could put a brick in. I could put a brick in to help the younger, you know.
And there's no age limit. Listen, if you're 60 and you take that class, we will give you the, the OSHA and solar panel. I don't know if you're 65 and want to get on top of a roof to install it, but we take you. There's no age. We talked about ageism. Somebody talked about it. There's no ageism there.
Okay.
Arelis, you had a question?
Yes, I do. I know, as you know, we have such a huge influx of undocumented people here. I wanted to know if the program is offered in Spanish and also for undocumented people.
Undocumented, yes. We don't have a facilitator to do the class in Spanish, but we're trying to transition to that. We just don't have it yet, but we are transitioning to it.
How do you spell ageism?
AGEISM.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm sorry, Arella. So yeah, so we have it, but we do have Spanish speaking people take the class, even though it's not fully in Spanish, they still take it.
Okay.
We're able to do it. So we just don't have a specific Spanish speaking trainer to do the training.
I see.
But
And,
that's coming down the pike. It's coming down the pike.
You've provided already the link for us to be able to get the information for the class.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my
Okay.
contact information now in there.
Mr. Billy, what's your first name again?
Oh, it's Lewis. I can't use
Okay.
Lewis. I don't like Lewis.
Okay. Any more questions, comments? Okay, we're going to move on. Mr.
Wait, hold it.
Stop. Is that Lydia?
Yeah, I have my little hand up.
Oh, I didn't see. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, it's a simple question for Mr. Bailey.
Yes.
Would you think that perhaps, because I'm at City University, City College, I have so many friends in placement there and young people that are looking for jobs. Would that be appropriate to recommend them to you? Some of them are in desperate need of making money during the summer to continue school. So I'm just wondering, would that be appropriate to refer them to you?
We don't have the capacity for that yet. And that's what this worker training's next iteration is, to get the connections. We have them, it just hasn't formulated the way we would like it. We would like to be able to say, hey, Walter just completed this class, and just send them to youth and say, hey, we have 10 people, have them hired. They have all the certification. Why can't they get it? Because what's been happening, I want everybody to be clear, we sent people to jobs, and for the first 2 months, they were making crazy hours. Then a week later, they were making 35. And then a week later, it was 30. And then after a while, they were only getting like 8 hours. And that's not what we want. We want people to get permanent jobs and into the union. That is the goal, to get people into the union as well. Because just being on a work site, and I'm just going to use Daniel, I'm looking at Daniel right now. Daniel could say, yeah, I'll hire 100 people. But you know what? I'm not going to keep them on, for only about 6 months, and then that's it. And then they start solely willing them down. And then people get frustrated. It's like, hey, can you survive off of working 8 hours just for a week? That can't put any food on the table. So we want to make sure we're connecting people to permanent jobs that could help them uplift their families and the community.
I'm just thinking that for some students, that might be the answer, though, short-term employment just to get through school. That's only.
Yeah, we just don't have the job component yet. We do internships, but we don't have the job component set up yet in WEAC just yet. But I'll keep the board updated as soon as it is. You'll be definitely the first to know, because we need it in our community as we see all the different construction jobs that are in our community. We want them to go to our residents and make sure that they have those jobs before everybody else gets it.
Just curious, Mr. Bailey, what's your funding source? That might be the issue too, that the insufficient funding for transitioning from internship to employment. Is it federally? Is it private? Is it not profit? Donation?
Well, what WHDC was providing so we can give the trainings, all that solar panel stuff was being done through that. But we need the connection to the jobs that are in this, this whole city with all of this construction going on. We need those jobs for our community members to go to and permanent, because once you get into the union, usually, and I'm not saying every instance, jobs just roll over. So once that one building is finished, you roll right into another. That's what we want. We don't want those gaps in terms of this building is finished. Now, 6 months later, you're an employee because there's no other work. The union makes sure that it's union people, because you're paying dues, get to keep jobs and stay on the books.
Okay. Any more questions, comments? Thank you, Mr.
Aurelis, if you put your email in the thing, I'll make sure that I stay in touch with you so you can, when we do transition to a full Spanish speaking training, then I'll let you know.
Perfect, I'll do that.
Okay, thank you.
So Walter,
Yes, you're next, Mr. Hamer.
hey, Walter, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I'm actually, Walter, just really here today just to listen, not so much to participate. So there's not a lot that I want to go into, but there is a lot that's going on for Harlem Advocates for Seniors. For those that don't know, I'm the executive director of Harlem Advocates for Seniors. There's a lot on our agenda. I don't want to take too much time to elaborate on some of the new initiatives that we have in the pipeline. There is one thing that I will quickly speak on, and that's something that, and first of all, let me just say that I do not work for or do not represent WHDC. But some of you may know that in collaboration with WHDC and several members of the CB9 community, we've been working to put together a program of trips and excursions for older adults. This is something that we started a few months ago, where we actually took over almost 200 older adults to Radio City Music Hall. We actually rented out the entire theater at Magic Johnson, where we had close to 250 older adults there to see the show, Whitney Houston biography, I Want to Dance with Someone. And then recently, the most recent effort was the Mama I Want to Sing. We took close to 400 older adults in 2 sessions to see that play, which is a historic play that was running at the old Heckscher Theater or Museum El de Barrio. Right now, we are in the midst of, with some of the committee members, to take a look at some additional trips that we can recommend, particularly as the weather gets warm and we get into the summer months. We're looking at a couple of bus outings and things of that nature that we can recommend and see if that's something that WHDC can buy into. I'm reporting out on this because I'm not the chairperson of the committee, but I've been asked to play a key role with a number of the committee members and help to coordinate this effort. So right now we are looking at a few community-wide trips that we can get supported that will allow our older adults to stay active, engaged, experience joy, laughter, and fun, and do things, to just, have an enhanced quality of life. I think one of the things that we do, I've been in this business probably as long as anyone on this call, and one of the things we do sometimes, we do overkill. And I'm just going to put it out that way. We do overkill because everything we focus on is workshops on this, on health, on entitlements, which are very important. But I find over the course of my experience that a lot of folks forget the real joyful aspects of being an older adult and the things that older adults want to continue to do. I see Ms. Goldberg on the call and the Dances for a Variable Population. People are experiencing their creative selves. There are people who have never danced before in their life who are experiencing a part of their creative selves. And I know that there are others on this call who have a vested interest in making that happen. So I want to just make sure that all of the work that we do at Harlem Advocates for Seniors is not just information, education, and workshops here, and elder abuse, and all of the things that we know are important and older adults need. But let's also just balance that out. Let's take a trip, on the Circle Line. Let's go up on the Day Hudson liner. Let's do something where folks can just sit back and be in a safe, secure group of their peers and enjoy and relax. I think that's so important at the same time that we keep them actively engaged. So that's about as much as I want to say. As many of you who have not been aware of this initiative, if you can reach out to me and I can let you know when we're going to have our next meeting, which I think may be towards the end of this week, as we just take a look at some trip options that we could recommend. And again, I think the operative word is that we recommend, but there's no guarantee. I mean, again, WHTC will make the final call in terms of the trip, because just to give you an example, I put something out there to the current committee members, and somebody said, well, let's go down to the African Museum in Washington, D.C. Great trip. All right. But taking 4 or 5 buses down to Washington, D.C. during the course of the day is a pretty good economic hit. So if we can do it, fine. But, we also want to make sure that we maximize local opportunities here, right? There are many theaters locally. There's the Apollo, the Lehman Center for the Performing Arts has a killer Latin program up there, Hostos Community College, City University and Aaron David Hall. So there are multiple theater and creative venues that we can target to try to just keep people engaged and get them out. So you'll be hearing a little bit more about that as we go along. So with that, I'm going to end my very brief presentation, Walter. And I said I was here just to listen, but hey, you know how it goes.
It sounds wonderful.
Yes, it does.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
Mr.
thank
Hamer.
you.
I have a comment. The CB9 Senior Issues Committee has been visiting senior centers in our catchment area. We visited 2 already, and I understand there's 2 more. I think there's one at 3333. Am I correct?
We don't, well, you visited us already,
Yeah, but
Walter.
we wanna
We're not a
just-
senior
yeah.
center, but
The
we
group
run
is-
programs
yeah,
at
the
3
group is
different
coming
sites.
The
Yeah,
group is
and
coming
so
this time, so.
that's correct.
I'd like to speak to you offline and see if we can set that up. And
Okay, terrific.
that's good. All right.
Mhm.
Hi,
Uh,
Walter, it's Verna. Can you permit me to suggest something to Mr. Hamer?
Yes, you may, please.
Mr. Hamer, if you haven't already done so, I would suggest the World Yacht for either a lunch or a dinner cruise for our older adults.
Okay, I mean, that's obviously a great
Fabulous.
option. Yeah, the World Yacht that yeah, they do
Up and
everything.
down
They
the
have the-
Hudson. I can recommend another company too, so we can speak
Okay.
offline.
All right, let's speak offline. Yeah, because we could throw it in the hat. That's the kind of stuff that we're looking at.
I just wanted to give Mr. Hamer and his organization a big plus, because one of our favorite dancers is part of his group. He's Rita Carrington, part of.
Well, Ms. Goldberg, you say a part of our group. I think we need to elevate that a little bit more. Rita Carrington is our visionary founder of our organization. Back in 2011, she was the one who got us started. She continues right now as the chairman of our board, and she is currently a comfortable 95 years old.
Oh, right. She's amazing. She's a great dancer.
And she's a great dancer, because she's been dancing with Ms. Goldberg for a few years now.
We're all connected.
Ms.
We're
Hamer,
all-
could you put
we're
your
all-
information in the chat so that people can contact you with suggestions if they have?
Okay, I will.
Thank
you.
Mr. Haggis, good morning. Still morning.
Hi, everybody. I just want to remind or spread the word that we're still offering tax prep services at the library. It's not, the taxes aren't done entirely for people. They have to have basic computer skills. So Food Bank is the organization that we've partnered with. They're here Fridays and Saturdays between 11 and 2. And I'll add all this to the chat. So they're here 4 more days before the tax deadline, this Friday and Saturday, next Friday and Saturday. They see people in our computer lab, and they have software loaded on the computers. So people are expected to be able to type their information into the computer, and the volunteers are there to answer questions or help if they get stuck. So if you spread the word, please just make sure that people realize they'll have to do a little bit of the work, because some people, when they hear that, they just realize it's not for them. We have been taking drop-ins, but they expect it will get much busier as we get closer to the deadline. So, if people have to drop in, we'll do our best to see them, but definitely encourage them to register if they know their availability. I'm going to add a link to the registration in the chat. That's both for our branch, but also a few others in the city. And what else do I want to mention? This is next month, but we're doing, I'm going to add a link to the chat, a workshop, a civics workshop to encourage people to contact their elected officials. So if you know people in your organizations or in the community who want to reach out and sort of promote their projects, or just have their voice heard, we're going to help people locate who their elected officials are and either contact them electronically or by snail mail. So we also have our regular programs going on, like crochet and chat. What else do we have? We have an English conversation hour twice a month. We have an open book group where people can discuss whatever they're reading once a month. And we have a job fundamentals class to help people who are doing job searching. So I'll add all of that to the chat, but if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll include my email as well.
Thank you, Mr. Haggis. Mr. Fletcher, I'm gonna have to mute you. I get a lot of feedback coming from your phone. All right. And if you need to unmute, let me know. Okay. Let's see. Miss Rosalia. First and foremost, what's your last name?
Hello, my last name is Lowe, L-O-W-E.
L-O-W-E. Are you here from an organization?
I'm here from Columbia University, the Dent here, with Dr. Herbert and Daniel.
The dental?
Yes.
Woohoo!
CDM.
Thank you. Could you please put your information? I think I have an email contact with you all, but I'm hoping that you can come next month for our senior fair. And I understand there may be a lot of people, you may not be able to do that many screenings, but if you can set up appointments with folks, I'm sure that'd be helpful as well.
Sure, we look forward to it.
Oh, thank you. I understand you've been coming, but now we're going to broaden this out now that we're coming back to planet Earth, so.
Yes, Dr. Herbert's here too as well. She's over.
Hi.
Oh, that's okay. Hello, Dr. Herbert. Okay,
How are
thank you. All right. Let's see, who have I?
And Daniel Jeremy Lopez right
Oh,
there.
Mr. Allman, come on, Mr. Allman. I see you have something to do.
As well.
Mr. Allman? You muted. There you go.
Did I miss a question directed my way?
No, just if you have anything to contribute, anything that's interesting.
Excuse my distraction. We are at the start of a month here at A. Philip Randolph Senior Center. Just coming. Is this monthly announcements you want?
Anything that you think would be pertinent that the seniors would like to hear?
Okay. Coming off a joyous Women's History Month tea. And this month, in terms of activities, a number of different healthcare presentations, screenings, etc. And one piece of that is hearing from the Columbia Dental team, which we've been offering those services for a number of months. We have a concert coming up later this month that is produced by the National Jazz Museum in Harlem. For movies, we show movies twice a week in a screening room. And then we also do movies once a month in our dining room where even more people can be present. A presentation later this month from an experienced Columbia professor on historic urban planning issues in Harlem, and a number of other presentations, concerts, parties, etc. along the way. I think the words I've heard for joy, I couldn't think of better words to hear. And we will keep trying to live that.
Is there any information that you can share in the chat so we can put that into the next month's minutes as well?
Give me a sec, yeah.
All right, okay. Any questions? Mr. Peaker, do you have anything you'd like to contribute?
No, I think Richard spoke for us, so I'm good.
Oh, very good. It's good to see you as usual.
As to Mr. Allman's activity report, we've had wonderful rehearsals for our Firewall Center.
Okay, I'm glad you added that. My apologies on skipping that one.
Walter, can I make an announcement?
Sure.
So, I mean, one of the, this is William Hamer again. I just wanted to make an announcement. I mean, it's, the deal hasn't been sealed yet, but as you all know, State Senator Cordell Clear is now the chair of the State Aging Committee, and she has started her task force, and many of us were at that meeting, I think just yesterday. But I thought it would be just interesting to announce to this group, since I've been very actively involved in this group for some time, that Governor Hochul, as you know, has started a statewide aging commission. That's a commission that she's charging with the responsibility to coming up with a statewide master plan for older adults. And just to inform this committee, I have been nominated to serve on that committee.
Wow.
The deal hasn't quite been set yet, but I'm hopeful that, you know, over the course of the next few days or week, I will hear something. And I know that the state senator, when she found out about it, she says, hey, anything I can do, I want to make sure you're on this committee or on this commission. But I've been nominated, and I would be more than happy and willing to serve on that commission, because I think it's so important that we have representation from our communities. You know, this is a statewide committee, so it's people from all over, from Buffalo, Oneonta, you know, yada, yada, yada. But I think when I looked at the roster for people from the New York City area, there were a few people already appointed. But when I think about our community, CB9, CB10, CB11, I think that's a community that am so fondly of. I live in that community, born and raised in that community. And so I think if the nomination goes forward, I would be very happy to serve. And I'll keep you posted on how that process goes. Thank you.
Very good, very good. I was at that meeting yesterday as well, and they're breaking up to subcommittees with special interest, and depends on what committee you think you'd be interested in. We're going to be meeting monthly. The subcommittee will be meeting like every 2 weeks, my understanding. And anyone is welcome to join. It's good. It's a good thing to join in to find out, to plug in what's going on with seniors, because a lot of times we get the short end of the stick, you know, and it's about time we stand up for ourselves. Mr.
Not sometimes,
Lopez,
all the time.
excuse me, Gail.
I said not sometimes, all the time.
Okay.
Seems like we work all our lives, we retire, and then we have to fight for everything we get.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I am a city retiree from City, New York. they're throwing us into a managed care, a managed Medicaid Advantage thing. I'm not happy with that. I don't
No,
know if it's gonna go through. But that was the mayor signed off on it and our union sold us out.
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
so this, I think the fight, we just be putting on our boxing gloves now. We're coming back strong. You know, I just hope this thing does it because we were guaranteed health for the life of for our lives. And now somebody dipped into the money and didn't put it back. And so they're short funding. And so they want to throw us into this, which is not a government program. It's a privately run Medicare program.
That's right.
Which means they're looking at profits. They're not
That's
looking
right.
at
Yeah.
right. They're not looking at services. They're looking at profits. You know. So
And the New York Times did a big article on some of the scams in this. This is just privatization. I went to a demonstration on Friday at City Hall with the PSC, which is the union from CUNY. And, you know, it's just another way of somebody putting their hands in to make money. And, you know, I think it's unfortunate that we don't get enough people into the streets about this kind of stuff because they're going to do it to Social Security. They're going to do it constantly to get people's hands in to make money on these programs. And I always say, what the hell am I paying my taxes for? I'm sorry, I just felt I had a, what the hell am I paying my taxes for? Anyway, sorry.
no, thank you. And you know, most of us have served 20, 30, 40, some 50 years. And you know, we gave to the city and now you want to take stuff from us? I don't think that's right. Mr. Lopez, good morning, good afternoon.
Walter,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead,
Walter.
Arelis.
No, it's not actually a question. It's about this new task force that Mr. Hamer is going to be part of, and you have been working, you guys have been meeting. I think that there's something that probably needs to bring with this task force, hopefully we're able to get. One of the things that I always see, for example, is that most of the senior centers, they look extremely depressing. I feel that when seniors are usually in an environment that they're not conducive to actually like feel joyful. When you go into a like daycare center, you see these bright colors and everything. Every time I visit, not all of them, obviously, but many of them, when I visit them, it's depressing. You know, they have an area where they can be around, but they just don't really look as if anyone wants to actually be there. And obviously the whole idea is for the seniors to have a space where they can socialize with other people. I feel that we need to work on to make sure that many of these senior centers, at least the common areas, are renovated where they can feel that, okay, I'm going here. And sometimes it should be like we're going dancing or something like that when you go to these spaces, because for many of them, this is the only activity that they do throughout the week or months.
So Walter, let me just jump on. I think I have to just jump in on that and just thank Arelis for bringing that to the table, because like I said, I've been around this business for a while, and many of our senior centers need a makeover. They truly, truly need a makeover. I think one of the real reasons, and again, besides, you know, the leadership at A. Philip Randolph and Jarrell, and, you know, prior to that, you know, Fern, A. Philip Randolph is a spanking brand new senior center, fully renovated, very bright, colorful, spacious, and the kind of environment that people are willing to and feel very comfortable going to. Many of our senior centers have been around for years and have not really gone through a makeover. And some of those environments are just really not enlightening. They're not bright, they're not colorful, they're not joyful, you know, and so I agree that might be an issue for a statewide committee, or also
I think
for
I
the
said it, depressing. It is
depressing. Yeah, I mean, we can go that far as depressing. And so these are issues that I think, you know,
They don't have
advocacy,
the air. They
yeah,
don't have the air.
that we need to think about. Yeah. Okay. So thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, but that's a big issue.
Yeah.
Walter, let me add a couple of comments
Wait,
here.
I have a hand. I'm coming to you, Verna. Gail had her hand up first. You're next, okay?
My question is, these senior centers, do they all get like a certain amount of money to them, or is it like they have to do grants to get the money?
That might be a response. I guess Werner is on the call. I don't want to put her on the spot. But,
Okay, that's
yeah,
one of the reasons I'm
yeah.
asking. I mean, I haven't gone to any of the senior centers here in my area. I've only gone to Riverstone Senior Center. And they have done renovations there. It's a beautiful center. It's a huge center. I mean, it has everything there. It has pool, it has a gym, it has everything. And it's really done like each holiday they decorate. It's really, really beautiful there. So, I mean, I don't know what the other centers are. So I don't know how the money's allocated to these places that they're able to do this type of work. So that's what I'm saying. If they're allocated this money and maybe they're not doing anything with it, they're doing something other than what they should be doing with it, we don't know that.
Okay, thank you. Verna?
So my question is, I'm hearing senior centers and some senior centers. Can you be specific, Aurelis and Mr. Hamer, as to some of the centers that you seem to think that's not up to snuff, so to speak? I'd like to get the name so I can actually pass it on to the department that's responsible. Because as you may be aware that, you know, our NYC agent thrive on eliminating ageism and ensuring that our older adults live healthy and in dignity and have a nice place that they can call their home away from home. So obviously it's imperative that they have that cheerful look, and, you know, I know exactly what you're talking about as a former director for our older adult centers. So I would prefer if I can get some names of some of those centers that seem not to be up to standard.
But so I'm going to just jump on this first. Aurelis says so. Werner, I'm not going to call out any specific senior center. I think, you know, as an experienced professional in this business, you know what we are talking about, and so I would rather not say, well, this center looks like this and this center needs that. So I would not, you know, call out any specific senior center. I think it's just a general problem that I think exists in many senior centers.
I know, but what I'm saying, this is not about me taking tails. My position as the government affairs officer is to actually advocate on older adults' behalf. And as I mentioned, something like this, nothing is wrong if I say, well, you know, there was a discussion that some of the centers are not up to standard. Are you working on have anything in mind in terms of painting it or whatever? Because I just want you to know that our department usually have a monthly meeting with the BCS, or the program officers, or the Department for the Program Officers, and we bring up complaints from older adults and older adult centers on things that's not happening. There are situations where an older adult center would have requested their refrigerator for God knows how long, and it did not take place. And we had that meeting, and I told them, I said, this is what's happening at this particular center. What is the status? Why aren't they getting the refrigerator? And then we will get an explanation, and then and on the other side, we share that information with the center. So it's not a matter of bringing tails out to school or people getting upset. We are here to advocate, and we bring it in that professional manner to our fellow older program officers here at the Department for the Aging. Hence the reason I asked the names of some of the centers, because these are the things that we want to know so we can share with them in the event that they may be overlooking it or they're dragging the feet on these particular aspects of the centers. And with that, Aurelis, do you mind sharing any names?
Ma'am, I'm sorry, Aurelis. My name's Alicia Barksdale, and I understand what you're saying, and it's like you're putting people on the spot. To me, you know, and if they want to report, if anybody on here wants to report, maybe they should call you in private, and you give them your number, and then they can call you, so it can keep them anonymous to whatever that you're asking them for. It's just a suggestion.
If they want to do that, that's fine. I'm just saying, I'm here to advocate on the older adults' behalf and the centers to make sure that they look the way they should be looking. Because we have our problems too. We bring it to the program officers upstairs, and we're very stern with them. Well, you know, if we are here to make sure that older adults consider the centers as their home away from home, we got to make it look that way.
Yeah.
And it's not a matter of being unprofessional or being putting anybody in the spot, because nobody is going to be penalized for that. I just want people to tell me that. And I've gone into other meetings where I get complaints and I had turn it over in a professional manner to let the program officers know or the facility manager know that, hey, this is not happening the right way. We want to make sure, because our commissioner pride herself for making things like this happening in a very effective manner. So it's not about blaming or unprofessionalism or putting anyone's on the spot. But if anyone wants to call me separately to give me the names, I welcome them.
Right. So I just to close, maybe I can't close out this conversation, but Verna and I, by the way, are very long time friends and colleagues. But a strategy might be to speak to the individual directors of the various centers to see what their issues, concerns, and needs are in regards to their facility, right? That would come directly from the directors. And I'm sure that if a survey was done, there are many directors who would probably state they could use X, Y, and Z. They could use more space. They could use, This way you're getting it straight from the horse's mouth versus any of one on the call pointing out something that may or may not be the way the director feels about that particular site.
Okay,
So
Walter.
that's just the strategy. Yeah.
Okay, and Walter, I don't want to hug the meeting. I'm sorry, but
that's all right. No,
thank you. I just want William to know that that is what we have been doing in the government affairs unit. I specifically and the other members will call directors from the program and say, do you have any issue at your center? What is the situation? That's why I pointed out the situation where a center was waiting on their freezer or the refrigerator for the next period of time, and they get it. So I am doing exactly what William is saying, but I cannot put a survey to 352 centers to say, well, what is your situation? And I welcome it. And again, I will say, if anyone has any questions or concerns about their centers, my information is in the chat. Feel free to call me, because I am here to advocate on your behalf, not bringing anything to NYC aging in a negative fashion. And I've been doing this for over 20 years, and it has never come to a point where there was any animosity. So I don't want you to feel that way. And no one on this chat shall feel uncomfortable, because you're here to speak up on older adults' behalf, just like how you sit into task force committees and stuff and you air your views. You can do that with me, and I can turn it over in a professional manner without any animosity. Okay? And I don't want to.
This is not an isolated case in terms of like one particular senior center, and it's not just a senior center. Also, these like homes for seniors also have the same issue, where you go to the first floor and you meet everyone and they telling you everything they have available. When you actually visit the rooms and all the other areas inside these places, they're extremely depressing. And I can tell you that from my own experience, because I'm working with my mom for so many years, being in many of these rehab centers and everything like that. It is incredible. Most of them are not up to date. They're extremely depressing. I have to say it, because that's how I felt every time I had to visit my mom in many of these places. And I
appreciate you telling me that, because I share the same feeling. And I say that too. I went to a center one time last year, and I came back and I said, can we do something to the painting for this center, because it looks depressing? So I'm saying that I am on your side with this. I just need to know some that we can, they may be looking at actually getting ready to paint, but for whatever reason, it hasn't happened. So if it's not done, I just need them to speed up the process. And I appreciate this conversation. Thank you.
Walter, that's been a long-standing.
Yes, I'm coming to you, Richard. You're next.
Okay, just a couple of things, some of which fit 5 or 10 minutes ago. We were talking about two different groups that are different places where aging planning, aging services, aging discussions are coming together. I think we got them melded together in one discussion, and I just wanted to separate it out. Senator Cordell Clare has convened a community task force of people working on aging issues in the community. The first meeting of that task force was yesterday. Yes, it did identify 5 potential subcommittees, and there were a number of people referring to that task force. Also, New York State government has put together, with the governor's executive order, has put together the working group for a master plan on aging. There is a stakeholder advisory group for that, and I believe that's what Mr. Hamer has been referring to in particular. They're 2 separate, but if we're doing our work well, we start bringing those things together more and more and more. And certainly, I'm really glad to hear what I hear said, because people who are working on the master plan for aging have not put a lot of attention onto community outreach, onto engaging seniors, senior service providers, and people who just plain care about aging as citizens. The one other thing that I wanted to mention, as the director of the A. Philip Randolph Senior Center for the past 4 years, we're really proud of what a rehab has done. We think this is a really good conversation that's happening. And we, as we've gone forward, we've focused both on the physical rehab that's been completed. You see a little bit of the brighter colors just looking at the background to Jarrell and to me. And we try to do that with our programming too, and having expanded that considerably. We would welcome anyone here to make an appointment or just stop by anytime at the A. Philip Randolph Senior Center to see what's doable in a senior center. And we are delighted to support other senior centers in their efforts to do same.
Thank you both. I'm sorry to hold you off, Mr. Lopez. Thank you for your patience.
Hello, nice to meet you. Thank you for having us. So I'm Daniel Lopez. I'm a community dental health coordinator. I'm basically the manager for Columbia University's community outreach department, where we have 2 mobile vans that we bring around to Upper Manhattan, especially West Harlem, Washington Heights, and the South Bronx. Dr. Amy Herbert is in the call. She's my director, and she of community engagements and partnerships. So if it's okay, I actually have a couple of pictures I can show you guys about our operations and what our clinic looks like. If I can share my screen.
I hope you can. Okay, let's see.
Let's see.
Are you able to?
Let's see.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, can you see that?
Yeah, well, display. Okay, there you are.
All right, so this is our first mobile unit, what we call the Delta van. And this was a community outreach day serving the recent undocumented immigrants that were sent over here from Texas up in Fort Washington, 179th Street. Our unit is 35 feet long, so it does require quite a lot of space whenever we bring it out somewhere. All right, this is kind of a street fair that we participate in. We get a lot of requests for street fairs. This is kind of what we would set up for a tabling clinic. So we have our kits, we have instructional tools. So it's me, usually a faculty, and our students that deliver care and information about our program and services, along with sometimes basic screenings. All right, this is another fair we did over at City College. We had a movie night out in the open field that had lots of different medical partners participating in. It was a very fun, successful event. Another street fair that we did over the summer up in Washington Heights. So we try to get, we tend to get all over the place. We do have long-standing commitments in West Harlem, specifically with the Jackie Robinson Senior Center and the Manhattanville Senior Center as well, that we go to regularly, where we bring our van and do in-house screenings as well. Here's one of our outreach teams where we basically had everyone coming in through the van for basic screenings. Parents could come in with their kids, where they would sign up and basically get quick screening, referrals when needed, and basically guidance on how to prevent problems. This is an in-house screening at the Grant Houses Senior Center. So usually we like to have a big screening on our initial visit somewhere, and like the ARC centers that we've been going to, we have a big screening. We kind of build up a population of people to see on the van when we return with it. This is the St. Mary's Church, where we run a bi-monthly free clinic along with many other teams in Columbia. So they offer medical services, therapeutic, physical therapy, dental services, mental and social help. And we bring out the van once, soon to be twice a month, to offer free care to the community as well. Patients are typically screened at the church, and then they're selected for, if they're appropriate for treatment on the van on a follow-up visit. All right. And whenever I get a chance to, when we have an engagement with our senior care or school care, I try to take these students out to the surrounding area where I teach them about the neighborhood. So this is up in Spanish Harlem. So I brought them over to one of my favorite Puerto Rican cuchifrito places to learn about our fast food, our, the culture behind it, the sort of the ties from African cuisine that came over to the island and everything. So, it's not just about treating people. We're also taking our students out of the silo of the dental school and teaching about the community, teaching about where people come from, who they're serving, why things are the way that they are, and what problems that people face so that they understand their patients better and kind of bring it back to them wherever they may wind up after they're done with dental school. This is Roberto Sanchez. He's a dental assistant from Dominican Republic. He tends to cover me sometimes. So he had this big tooth costume and he was out dancing in front of it. So we try to make everything really fun and engaging for everyone. I try to make this, all of us try to make this as great of an experience as possible. We know, coming to the dental clinic can be kind of harrowing and a fearful place for people, but we do our best to make it as comfortable as possible. This is the interior of our clinic. This is the front lobby area where our driver kind of swings around and becomes our front desk person. And this was a sort of preset of our clinic. So it is a full dental suite. We have 2 fully operational chairs that are the exact same chairs we use in our main dental clinic. And that's pretty much it.
Question, is there a cost? Is this free to the community?
So everything that happens on the dental van is free of charge. If we only take Medicaid at the dental school or self-pay, right? So if somebody has Medicaid, we will bill it so you can get something, but otherwise it's covered by a grant from the Mother Cabrini Foundation. So, but that only extends to the dental, to the mobile clinic. If people do need to go to the main dental school for a referral or something, that will go off of their Medicaid or self-pay, or sometimes an indemnity form. If people choose to pursue in the dental school, they can fill out a form to get reimbursement from their own private insurance.
No
to
Medicare,
whatever their typical reimbursement fee is.
Medicare is not included?
No, Medicare really doesn't cover anything except emergency extractions in general. It's a huge gap in care, but that's a much bigger problem than our dental school. Medicare just doesn't provide the services that you hope it would for dental care.
Do you do anything on a sliding scale?
No, Columbia doesn't have a sliding scale per se. We do have a referral list for local centers like Ryanina Health Center or Borican Health Center that do have sliding scales, but any out-of-pocket costs at Columbia are typically the lowest in the city. So it's still affordable care when you compare it to everything else that's available. And even the sliding scale clinics, they can only offer so many services. Some things are just going to be full price. So that's what we tell people is like anything that you have to pay for out of pocket was typically better at Columbia because it's pretty much, we're doing it as much of a low cost to reach out to as many people as possible.
Okay.
Can you put your number in the chat?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Okay, so I wanted to ask Miss Aisha, but she left. All right, so we're gonna move on to new business. And the bulk of the new business is our senior resource fair. Has anybody on the call not received our flyer or invitation? I'd like to be able to send that out. What we're doing is this is in person. This is going to be at I think it's 3291 Broadway, which is 133rd and Broadway on the downtown side. There are 2 offices there, so we're going to be utilizing both. Hopefully we're getting we invited politicians, we invited MTA, we invited dental, medical screenings, community organizations again. And we would like to have all the seniors come and we'll have a little bit of entertainment. I'm going to open up the program by singing Lift Every Voice and Sing. I hope I don't forget the words. It's been a while. And we should have some other folks with them entertaining. I would love to have dancers for variable population come do some stretching with us. There'll be light meals served. It should really be a great event. I'm hoping that if we don't get a rain out because we don't have a rain date. So this is May 2nd, 11 o'clock.
It's on the flyer again.
You want me to send it? You have it?
Yes, but send it again, please.
Oh, sure, will do.
And Walter, could you send it to me as well?
Yeah.
Do, Bailey.
Thank you.
Did you put your information in?
Walter, same request here.
Okay, that's Richard Allman, okay.
Maybe good to resend to the list.
I sent to Jarrell and to Dory. Are you're on the same location? No.
I should probably receive it as director here.
All
Thanks.
right, and I need your information in the chat as well. So I have Ms. Haas, Mr. Bailey. I don't think I have. Do I have yours in here, Mr. Bailey?
I'm gonna put it in the chat now.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Ullman, you as well. And I'll get that out to you all today.
Thank you.
This is also for like let the community know this is not only for your organization, it's for the community at large. Ms. Barksdale, would you please give me your information too so I can send you some flyers? So I know you're a lady of the world. she
Walter, what's the
hijacked.
address again?
Oh, it's okay. Let me double check. Make sure I give you the right thing because me and my okay, I'm gonna give you the right information so you have it. Come on. It's documents. It's here. Let's see. It's here. It is 3291. I was correct. 3291 Broadway. It's right on the corner of 133rd Street on Broadway on the downtown side. The bus stop is right there. Number 4 stops right there in front of it. To my committee members, anybody has anything to offer? Mr. Davis, Arelis?
No, I guess you can also send it to the Bruce Library so they can post it at the library.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Ms. Gilmore, you have anything to say?
Can you hear me?
Wait, let me ask for them to let you speak, okay? Hold on.
Okay.
I can hear her.
You can hear her? Oh, okay, go ahead and speak, Ms. Gilmore.
Well, I thank for listening for your help, Alicia. But my problem is when they have the open house for us seniors past 21, who they gonna send to pick me up and what time? And they got my phone. Everybody got my phone number. It's listed in the phone book too.
Well, tell us your number over now, Miss Gilmore.
They got it at the office. But
Okay.
everybody got it. Well, they know it. They want it. I can give it to them now.
Yes, please. Walter,
Okay.
get this
Yes,
down.
I'm writing.
Don't forget. Hold on.
I'm writing. Miss
All
Gilmore,
right.
I think I
He's
have
right.
it.
Go ahead.
I think I have it. Let me,
And you know where I live, right?
that I don't
Tell
know.
us the number.
All right, you know where I live, so let me know what time they're gonna pick me up so I can be ready.
Okay, hold on a second.
Okay, give us the number.
My address is 511.
Oh, I have it. I have it. Is it 212-368-8047?
Can't afford to change it. Yeah, it's been like that for the last 50 years.
You know you gotta love
We'll
this
give you a
Gilmore.
call to coordinate. We'll give you a call to coordinate, okay?
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Okay, I
Listen, I
appreciate
can't
it.
afford
You know,
to
I
change
miss
it.
meeting all of you because you know how I feel about my opinion and how I feel about things. One thing I hope you discuss with MTA about accessoride, that's another problem we have for us 21s.
Oh, don't even talk about that one.
Said us 21.
I'm
That's,
gonna
that, that's,
21.
that's,
Listen.
that's called stress-a-ride.
Yes.
That's stress-a-ride.
That's what I say. MTA, they affiliate with MTA.
Yes. I'm going to get on their case about this Omni thing because it seems like they want to take away our weekly and monthly pass. So this ride 12 times.
And not only that, they got this new thing out too, you know.
That's what I'm
What
saying.
is it called? Morning. Yeah,
Omni,
that morning thing, whatever
OMNY.
it is.
Yeah. That's not going to work for us. We fought hard for a monthly pass, and it seems like now they want to take it away. I'm going to really fight on that.
And Walter, I'll send you the link. They're having a delay with the whole rollout with Omni, so
yes,
it's
I
going to be
heard
a
for
mess.
2 years. We can use our card for 2 more years. I think
It's
they should
gonna
let
be
us
a
use our
mess.
card indefinitely, you know. And I brought up to them, I'm going to let them, I'm not going to hold you on, but I brought up to them when they came to our meeting that if you have Google or Apple Pay on your phone and you have your
I don't have that.
they charge you twice. I got charged because if you bump up against the Omni thing, it picks up the thing, bloop, and it charges you another thing. No. Chase had to give me my money back, and I took Google Pay off my phone.
By the time they roll out
That's why you
Omni, it
gotta
will be
make sure.
obsolete, just like the Metro card.
Go ahead, Mr. Bailey.
I was saying that, remember when they rolled out the Metro card? By
Yeah.
the time they finally rolled it out, it was already obsolete. So it's the same thing with this
Just about.
Omni. It's gonna be obsolete again.
That's about, but that's a good
Oh,
thought
yeah.
about the accessoride too. All right, so I think that's conclusion of new business. Is there any old business to discuss? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to close.
Motion.
To adjourn.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
Guys, so glad to have you, Miss Gilmore. A
I
motion
enjoy,
to
you know, I
adjourn.
love to see all of you.
Come next month, we're gonna get you.
Okay.
Goodbye, Walter.
Yes, motion to
Thank you.
adjourn.
Alicia, we should
Thank
get her to coin that phrase, us 21s. She should hashtag that, us 21s. I love it.
I'm 21. Yeah, I'm 21 too. We all 21 now.
I'm 19, I'm just talking about.
Well,
Can I get a motion to
everybody.
adjourn, please? I need
I
a
don't want to
motion.
be 21. I want to
I
feel
give you a
like
motion to
21.
adjourn, Walter.
Okay, do I have a second?
I second the motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Miss Gerson. You all have a great day and a great month. Enjoy this beautiful weather.
Bye, everyone.
Please be at our fair, and I'll get the flyers to all that asked. And I thank you very much.
Morales, I sent you an email.
I got it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Are you still here?
She had to leave. She had another meeting.
Oh, okay. Let me, because I need to chat. How do I?
Miss Prince left.
Ms. Prince,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm trying to copy the chat so I don't lose the information.
Make sure you stop the recording.
Okay.
Yeah, so then we can have footage.
Okay, I'll get to.